My name is Aria Collins. I'm 34 years old. Last weekend, at our annual family reunion, my father stood in front of 34 relatives and erased me. Not metaphorically, not subtly, completely. For 11 straight minutes, he praised every cousin one by one. Partner at a top law firm, surgeon at Johns Hopkins, VP at Morgan Stanley, IPO success story. The room clapped, smiled, celebrated. Then he reached my name. He paused, looked straight past me like I wasn't even there, and said, "Some people just never amount to anything." Then he moved on. No hesitation, no regret. Just like that, I was gone. 34 people. Total silence. No one defended me. No one corrected him. No one even looked me in the eye. Except one person. My younger brother, Liam. His hand tightened around mine under the table. He has cerebral palsy. His speech is slow. His movements are limited. But his understanding? Sharper than anyone in that room. He knew exactly what just happened. They all did. And then, my 86-year-old grandmother stood up. "Raymond," she said, her voice cutting through the room. "You forgot one." She reached into her purse and pulled out a folded magazine. My father snatched it, annoyed. He read 2 lines. And in that moment, everything changed. His face went completely blank. Because those 2 lines didn't just correct him. They destroyed him. Before I take you further, ask yourself this. What if the person everyone dismissed was the one who built something that mattered most? Let me take you back. Because this didn't start at that reunion. This started 10 years earlier, when my father decided I didn't deserve to exist in his version of success. In 2015, I was 24. Stanford graduate. Tech job in San Francisco. Stable income. The kind of life my father respected. But I hated it. Every day felt empty. Because I wasn't building anything that mattered. I grew up watching Liam struggle with a world that wasn't designed for him. Buildings he couldn't enter, systems he couldn't use, people who underestimated him. I didn't want to optimize profits. I wanted to build something that gave people like him a chance. So I quit. No backup plan. No safety net. Just an idea. An accessibility platform that could help disabled people navigate the world independently. I called it accessible. I needed $25,000 to build it. So I went to my father. He listened for 4 minutes. Then said, "Who's going to pay for that? Disabled people don't have money. There's no market. Stop wasting your degree." That was the moment I realized I was on my own. What followed were the hardest months of my life. 3 jobs. 80-hour weeks. No apartment. I lived in my car. A 2012 Honda Civic. I parked outside a 24-hour gym just to shower. I coded in parking lots. Ate cheap meals. Slept in the back seat. And still, I kept building. Because I wasn't doing it for money. I was doing it for people like Liam. Then one email changed everything. I told my grandmother the truth. Not asking for help. Just being honest. 3 months later, she called me. "I took out a mortgage," she said. $50,000. "It's yours." I froze. She was 77 years old. That was her security. Her future. "I know a good investment," she said softly. "And you, Aria, are the best one I've ever seen." I cried for an hour after that call. Then I got to work. We launched the first version in 2016. 500 users. Then 5,000. Then 50,000. People weren't just downloading it. They were depending on it. One message changed me forever. I took the subway alone for the first time in 12 years because of this app. That's when I knew. This wasn't a startup. This was a mission. In 2017, I hired Liam. Not out of pity. Out of necessity. He understood accessibility better than anyone. Within 2 years, he was leading the entire accessibility division. But my father still saw him as a burden. Then came 2018. Investors showed interest. Big names. Big opportunities. But something strange kept happening. Deals would stall. Momentum would disappear. Until one investor told me the truth. "Your father called us," he said. "He told us not to invest." My own father. was trying to destroy my company. Still, we grew. 2019, 1 million users. 2022, 5 million users. 2024, profitable. 2025, 8.3 million users. Then, we hit a $2.1 billion valuation. A buyout offer came, $3.6 billion. I said no, because this was never about money. And then came the article. A major feature. A cover story. Headline. The billion-dollar company built by the daughter no one believed in. I didn't tell my family. I didn't need to. If they cared, they would have known. But my grandmother did. And she waited. For the perfect moment. Back to the reunion. Back to that silence. Back to my father holding that magazine. Phones came out. Names were searched. Realizations spread. Shock turned into disbelief. Then into shame. Wait. You built this. We use your platform at work. $2.1 billion. Is this real? And then, they discovered Liam. Not as a dependent, but as a leader. A decision maker. A man earning more than most of them. My father tried to recover. You should have told me, he said. I looked him in the eye. You never asked. Then everything unraveled. The article exposed everything. His rejection. His sabotage. His words. Even his own quote. I told her to get a real job. The room turned against him. But the moment that truly broke him was Liam. For the first time in his life, Liam stood up, physically shaking, but unshaken in spirit. And through his voice device he said, You told me I'd always be a burden. Silence. I'm not. Pause. I never was. Then he revealed the truth. The conservatorship. 10 years of control. 10 years of being legally silenced. Despite being fully capable. Despite leading teams. Despite building something real. I'm taking it back, he said. My life. That was the moment everything shifted. Not just in the room, but in reality. Because success isn't what my father thought it was. It's not titles. Not salaries. Not status. It's impact. It's freedom. It's giving someone a voice who never had one. And as my father walked out of that house, alone, for the first time, I didn't feel angry. I felt free. Because I didn't build this for him. I built it for the people who needed it. The ones no one saw. The ones no one believed in. My name is Aria Collins. I'm 34 years old. And I didn't become successful by being recognized. I became successful by refusing to disappear.